Hello students, myself SVS. Welcome back to my channel. Let us continue the lesson Ranga's marriage by Masti, Venkatesha, Iyengar. In the previous class, we have seen that the narrator was speaking very high about his village named Osirali. He told us about the special things which were available in his village. Not only that, he asked us to visit his village too. Yes, knowing about all these things. Now let us continue the chapter, page number 17, last paragraph. What I am going to tell you is something that happened 10 years ago. Dear readers, I am going to tell about an incident that happened about 10 years back. And what was the thing that happened there? We did not have many people who know English. There were not many people who knew English in his village. During that time, our village accountant, that is their accountant, village accountant, was the first one who had enough courage to send his son to Bangalore to study. He had shown great courage to send his son to Bangalore. For what purpose? For higher education. It is different now, but now the case is entirely different. There are many who know English. During the holidays, you come across them on every street. So he says that there are so many people there now in his village who can speak English as well as understand English. And you will meet many such people in the streets, especially holidays. Why holidays? Because during holidays, those who go out, especially to cities and towns for higher education and doing job there, they come back and they speak, or their conversation is mostly in English. Those days we did not speak in English, but those days, 10 years back, we did not speak in English, nor did we bring in English words any of the conversation. They did not bring any English word during their conversation in their mother tongue, that is Kannada. What has happened is disgraceful, believe me. Oh readers, you believe me. What has happened that is really shameful. What was the shameful or disgraceful thing happened? Let us examine. The other day, that is a few days earlier, I was in Ram Rao's house when they bought a bundle of firewood. He was there in the house of Ram Rao. That times, a few people brought firewood. Ram Rao's son came out to pay for it. Immediately Ram Rao's son, he came out to pay for it, and he asked the woman, how much should I give? So he asked, he asked the price, 4 paise. She said, a woman said, 4 paise, that means 4 paise. The boy told her he did not have any change and asked her to come the next morning. So immediately the boy said that he did not have any change and asked the woman to come back next day morning. The poor woman did not understand the English word change and went away muttering to herself. The poor woman, she did not understand the meaning of the word change. C-H-A-N-G-E, change. And she went from there muttering something to herself. Muttering means whispering, speaking very slowly. Yes, because she did not get the money, and as well as she did not understand the meaning of the word change. I too did not know. The narrator says that he also didn't understand the meaning of the word change. So what did he do? He went to Ranga's house and asked him. So he went to Ranga's house straight away and asked him what was the meaning of the word change. And that way he understood the meaning later. This priceless commodity. What is this priceless commodity? The priceless commodity, that is the English language. That is a very costly thing. It's a priceless commodity. Very costly thing. The English language was not so widespread in our village a decade ago. A decade ago, that is 10 years. 10 years back, this language was not widespread in his village. That was why Ranga's homecoming was a great event. That was why the coming back of Ranga to his house, that was a great event. That was a great incident, great occasion there. And people rushed to his doorsteps announcing. So the people, they started rushing, they started running. Yes, then different people's doorsteps, houses, and they announced, the accounts son has come. Hey, do you know the accounts son has come? The boy who had gone to Bangalore for his studies is here. The boy who had gone there, he has come back. And come, Ranga is here. Let us go and have a look. So the people started to, yes, call each other and they moved to Ranga's house. See, Ranga has come back. He is here. Let us go and have a look at him. Attracted by the crowd, I too went and stood in the courtyard and asked them. So after some time, there were such a crowd in front of Ranga's house. So the narrator was attracted to it and he wanted to know that what happened there. So he also went there. Then he asked them, why have all these people come? Why are you all crowded or gathered here? There is no performing monkey here. Is there any monkey performance? A boy, a fellow without any brains, said loud enough for everyone to hear. What are you doing here then? So there was a boy without brains. That is a foolish boy. And an immature boy. So he said in such an audible way. That means his voice that could be heard by everyone. Very loudly he said, what are you doing then here? Hey, then what are you doing here? Why did you come here? A youngster, immature and without any manners. And a young boy, immature boy, without any manners. He does not know what is good manners. And thinking that all these things were now of the past, I kept quiet. So immediately, actually, it was an insult for the narrator. But he thought that this maturity, manners, all these things are the matters of the past. The present boys, they don't have. So he kept quiet. Seeing so many people there, Ranga came out with a smile on his face. Then he saw that so many people, yes, gathered there. Immediately Ranga came out. There was a smile, yes, on his face. Had we all gone inside, the place would have turned into what people call the black hole of, yes, Calcutta. So if all the people gathered there, if they had gone inside Ranga's house, the house would have become, yes, but a black hole of Calcutta. What is black hole of Calcutta? It happened in 1756. So many English people were died due to suffocation. Why? Because black hole of Calcutta, that was a narrow space in Calcutta. So many people were imprisoned. English people were imprisoned. And what happened to them? Many died due to suffocation. So the narrator says that if all these people had gone inside, his house would have become what? A black hole of Calcutta. Thank God it did not. Thank God it did not happen. Everyone was surprised to see that Ranga was the same as he had been 6 months ago. So after, yes, the people understood, later people understood that no change had happened to him. He looked the same as he had seen 6 months before. So they were surprised because they expected that a lot of change might have happened to Ranga. When he had first left our village, an old lady who was near him ran her hand over his chest, looked in his eyes and said, an old lady who was standing just nearby Ranga, she searched in his chest. Okay, and she passed her hand over his chest. What she was doing? She was searching something there. And afterwards she declared, the Genevra is still there. Genevra, in Canada, the sacred thread worn by the Brahmins. So she was searching that and found out that Genevra, that sacred thread was there. Then she said that thank God, the sacred thread that is still there. She went away soon after that. And that means he has not lost his caste. So telling that, the woman left the place. And immediately Ranga laughed. Once they realized that Ranga still had the same hands, legs, eyes and nose, the crowd melted away like the lump of sugar in a child's mouth. Once they realized that Ranga had not changed, he had the same hands, same nose, same mouth, everything, all the figures are same, and his behavior also same, and they moved away from there slowly, like a mass of sugar in the mouth of a child. I continued to stand there, but the narrator did not move away from there. He remained there. After everyone had gone, I asked her, "How are you, Rangappa?" Once all went away from there, the narrator asked to Ranga, "How are you, Rangappa? Is everything well with you? Are you alright? Is everything well with you?" It was only then that Rangappa noticed me. That time only Rangappa noticed the narrator standing there. So he went very close to the narrator and he did a namaskar. And very respectfully saying that, "I am alright with your blessings." He did a namaskar and said that he was alright with the blessing of the narrator. I must draw your attention to this aspect of Ranga's character. Oh dear readers, I would like to draw your attention towards this special character, behavior of Ranga. He knew when it would be to his advantage to talk to someone. That means Ranga was very well behaved and he was well aware, or he knew very well how to behave with other people and how much it will benefit to him, and rightly assess the people's worth. So he was one of who could assess the people, the value of the people, and also he knew how to behave with the people. As for his namaskara to me, he did not do it like any present day boy. You see that his namaskara was not like the namaskara of the present day boys. These present day boys, how do they give respect to the elders, or how do they give namaskara to the elders? With his head up towards the sun. So the present day boy used to give namaskara, standing erect, looking at the sun and standing stiff, that means without any movement, like a pole, without joints, as if the person has got no joints, jerking his body, that means moving or shaking the body as if it was either a wand or a walking stick. Same like a walking stick or a wand. A present boy, that means a present day boy used to give namaskara, according to the narrator. That means the present day children, the boys, give namaskara without any respect to the elders. It is done in the namesake. Nor did he merely fold his hands. He bent low to touch my feet. But in the case of Ranga, what did he do? He bent forward and touched the feet of the narrator. Then the narrator blessed him, "May you get married soon." And after exchanging a few pleasantries and after exchanging a few words of jokes or merrymaking, the narrator left the place. That afternoon, while the narrator was resting, Ranga went to his house and he was carrying a couple of oranges in his hand. He was a generous and considerate fellow. According to the narrator, he was really a kind fellow and a considerate, very thoughtful fellow. It would be a fine thing to have him marry, settle down and be service to society, I thought. So the narrator thought that such a boy, such a person must get married and settle himself in his life and started to serve the society. For a while, both of them talked about different things, and afterwards, the narrator slowly came to the point and he said, "Rangappa, when do you plan to get married?" So what was his reply? "I'm not going to get married now," he said. "Why not?" Then he started to explain the reason why he did not have any plan to get married soon. What was the reason? "I need to find the right girl." That was the reason. He wanted to find a right girl to get married. I know an officer who got married only 6 months ago. He is about 30 and his wife is 25. And he started to tell about an incident. A newly got married couple. So the husband was 30 years old and wife was 25 years old. and they will be able to talk lovingly to each other. That means there was not much difference, age difference. So both of them were able to talk lovingly each other. Let us say I married a very young girl. You see that if I get married with a very young girl and a girl of 10, 11, 12, 13 or something, she may take my words spoken in love as words spoken in anger. When I speak something to her in love, she will take those words, she may take those words as words spoken in anger. That means she could not, she won't understand the meaning of, the real meaning of the words spoken. Recently, a troupe in Bangalore staged the play of Shakuntala. So Ranga, yes, he watched a play, Shakuntala. Yes, that was played in Bangalore. There is no question of Dushyanta falling in love with Shakuntala if she were young. So he says that there was no question of Dushyanta falling in love with Shakuntala if she was matured enough, if she was young enough. Like the present day brides is there. Same like the present day brides. What would have happened to Kalidasa play? In that case, there would not have happened what Kalidasa play. If one gets married. So it is his concept about marriage. If one gets married, it should be a girl who is mature. So he also wanted to marry a girl who must be matured enough to understand the things. Otherwise, according to him, one should remain a bachelor. And that's why he was not marrying them. So he did not want to get married then. So dear students, let me wind up today's class here. So we will discuss the later part of the story in the upcoming videos. So please like and subscribe my channel. Thank you. Thank you.